So, one of the things that I have done for money in the last number of years is moving pianos. In the little truck here, I've moved over 300 pianos. I have stopped counting. And this piano here is 54 inches high. So it is, and pianos are pretty much always about 59 inches wide. And then usually 23 to 28 inches deep. This piano is about 700 pounds. It is a disposal, so I will find out exactly how heavy it is when I get to the dump. But yeah, like I try to rehome pianos if they're smaller, because this is such a pain to move, and they were just trying to get it out of there. And there's so many free pianos out there that I don't try to save them. But I do sometimes try to save stuff. So over here at the Valiant, we're going to have a bar made out of old pianos. It's going to look like an old piano that's going to be done by our carpenter, and that's going to be pretty neat. So there's a little clip there. So there's a nice piece of wood to save. This is the harp here, which is 150 to 200 pounds, and you can't really. It's very hard to get this off without taking every single pin of the sort of annoying. Without taking every single tuning pin out. This is somebody had water in here, a little homemade humidifier. This piano is quite old. I don't see a brand on it. You know, of course, the old pianos have that. They've got just all screws are all slot, and oh, here we go. It says it's a, I don't know, I can't see it yet, but we'll see it in a second here. There were so many pianos that were made 100 plus years ago that, I mean, I see brands all the time. There, that says established 1837. Can't quite read that. I see brands all the time that I've never seen before. Designs, you know, different things. This one is fairly typical for the age. So I'm going to pop a few things out here, just to, and it's funny how, you know, this piano has been sitting there for 100 plus years, 700 pounds, and it's held together by these old screws that you can actually just pull out by hand here. Well, say don't pull screws out by hand, but you always make such a mess with an impact driver and an old slot head screw like this. So there it is, big giant screw. And now this is loose on this end. There's a little, I guess I should bend this where the action is. I'm trying out this new chest thing I've got for my holding the camera. It's okay, but I think it's only as good as the operator. Yeah, so this is, I don't do this all the time, but if it's a nice old piano like this, it's got some wood that could be nice. I mean, at least try to least try to save that. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job with this camera business here. I also bought a camera thing you can stick on your head, which was not the one that was at hand. There we go. Yeah, so all just these old screws like this. A lot of pianos that you see were obviously made in Canada. If you see newer pianos made in Canada, they're made with Robertsons, good old Robertsons. I'm not sure when they started that, but these old ones are all slot. This is why they speed these videos up, I think, in post. Okay. Well, maybe I'll skip the other one for the video, but so there it is. There is a nice old hardwood piece for something, for somebody's product. Sometimes I take the pedals off, but I have lots of pedals right now. I want to show you something here. This piano is, I mean, I would have guessed it from the age, but I just want to show you. So these are all ivory, and you can tell, if you look close, there's a grain, but they're two pieces. So the more modern plastic ones are just molded out of one solid piece because they're manufactured, and these, because they are ivory, they come in two pieces. You see the little line there? And I like to save those. Usually I take this top piece off here, and that'll just have a couple of screws at I'll maybe do that after this video. It's good little screws, a couple of screws at each end, and then we'll have a nice another nice piece of wood there. And these, to get these off, I just have to undo some screws at the bottom. I have actually completely taken apart. Somebody's arguing over there. That's cool. Maybe they're just talking loud. Yeah, I might go get my drill. This is kind of a pain here. But I've taken a lot of pianos apart. Like I've taken a few rather completely apart to get them out of a basement because they're so heavy and hard to get up the stairs. I am going to I'm going to cut here and get a different tool. Well, it turns out my drill was the better idea after all, so I've got this. You can see I've taken the other leg off here. Come on. Okay, so yeah, like I say, there's you know, you can take it apart as far as you want. I've taken them apart like all the way down, and then taken this whole harp off to take it for scrap. It is just cast iron. Don't be fooled, it's not gold. So now you'll see what I've done here. By undoing those screws on the back. Sorry, the video is about to get bad here. Or worse. So by taking these off, come on. There we go. Get right in here. I guess this is going to come off first. Come on. Come on. I think I need to be gentle, but I'm forcing it. I think that's the problem. Gotta get right in here. Again, this is one of those things where I think fast forwarding would be good. There we go. This is also kind of a nice piece. So this is William Knabe and Company. I'll look that up, but I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'm gonna get out of here. Whoa. Okay. So then these guys, if you look in here, they're all just held on. I don't know if we can see it here. I'm just pulling them straight up. And I'm gonna make you watch this whole thing. I might cut back to this again at the end. But they are all held on by these pins here. Just one pin right in the center. And then this is for the hammer. This is for the, oops. That's for the hammer there. That is the, this is a black, which is just painted wood. And then this, man, I'm having a hard time with this. This is, I don't really know if you can see the grain. Not really well in this one, but anyway. Oh, here we go. Somebody's dated at February 20th, 1907. Are they all dated or just the one on the end? No, that's funny, just the one on the end. And I've actually seen, and they have a little kind of a counterweight here, a little lead counterweight. And I have, I've seen them actually, some of them that were numbered. But yeah, this must be the first one here. That's kind of nifty when you see that. So I have taken the things that I wanted from the William Knabe. I have to think that K is silent. William Knabe and Company, 1907 upright piano. Some wood and 88 keys. You know, this, I mean, there's more stuff that you can take off, but as you get to like the stuff on the edge, like it's kind of glued together, like that's a little bit trickier to get. This guy, these are always the top. They're always glued in here. So that's kind of hard. But I did want to just show you one more thing. So, so in order to get this harp off, you have to undo these little guys. Okay, there's two ways you can do it. You can cut. Well, no, actually, that doesn't really work either. Like you need to take these tuning pins out. There's 88 of them. You have to take them all out because it goes through the back into the soundboard in the back through the harp. So you can't really separate these like these. This is held in like this, you know, to the soundboard, but these go right through and they sort of keep it from moving. And there's a little there's some kind of little batting or some kind of little. It's just very hard. And there's a hand tool, which is just a regular tuning wrench. I have actually taken one of those and turned it into a bit for an impact driver, but it doesn't actually work properly because of this batting here, and because the thread I think is very fine, and a drill is too fast. You just make a mess of it. At any rate, if you're going to take the whole thing apart, just basically all, you know, down to all the pieces and pry the glued parts off and all that stuff, it's about seven person hours. So I've taken the easiest thing. I've left the rest of it. This is the husk here with this stuff on. It was 700 pounds. So this stuff doesn't really weigh that much. This is, you know, probably 50 pounds worth of stuff there, 50, 60 pounds worth of stuff. So I will find out exactly when I go to the Brady how much this weighs, because they weigh you when you come in. And then I would show you the rest of that, but they don't let you film there. But I'm going by myself, and they're going to weigh me, and then I'm going to go up the hill, and then I'm just going to pull this whole thing off, slide it off myself, tip it off the truck, and drive away, and they weigh me on the way out, and I pay based on weight. And this just, you know, goes in with the rest of the stuff. It had a good life. 1907, probably brought lots of people joy, and it is at the end of its life. So there you go. That's what happens to a piano at the end of its life. Thanks for tuning in.